AULA F75 Pro versus the Ajazz AK820 Pro. And the real question here is whether the one that costs more actually gives you more, because both are 75% boards with a knob, hot swap sockets, and wireless. So on paper, they look almost the same. Paying more only counts if it shows up in how the board sounds and feels every day. And going cheaper isn't smart if you end up with something hollow or rattly. By the end, you'll know which one fits you. Let's break it down. Let's start with the thing you'll notice the second you type your first sentence, which is how each one sounds and feels under your fingers. Both are gasket mounted, meaning the guts sit on soft pads instead of being bolted straight to the shell. So neither one gives you that empty plastic ping. Both arrive pre-lubed too, so you're not modding anything to get a decent sound. Where they split is how they get there. The AULA F75 Pro packs 5 layers of foam and silicone between the plate and the board, plus individual slots cut around each key, and the payoff is a deeper, fuller thock with basically no echo behind it. And there's an opinion about the AULA that lines up with that. After a few weeks, it feels way more premium than I expected, with barely any flex in the case. It sounds thocky right out of the box, and I haven't modded a thing. The keycaps don't have that cheap, shiny feel you get on other budget boards. The Ajazz AK820 Pro, on the other hand, cuts flex slots into both the plate and the circuit board, so it's softer and bouncier when you bottom out, with a slightly higher, poppier sound. Its stabilizers are well tuned as well, so the spacebar and enter don't rattle. If you want the deepest sound with zero effort, the AULA edges it. If you'd rather have a cushioned landing on every key press, the Ajazz is the one. That's all lovely until the board stutters on you mid-game. Both run wired, 2.4 gigahertz in Bluetooth, and both carry a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Wired and over the dongle, they're both quick enough that you won't feel a thing in a shooter. Bluetooth is where it gets uneven. On the F75 Pro, the same complaint keeps coming up, with people reporting dropped connections, key spam, and lag over Bluetooth specifically, while the same folks say the dongle has been flawless for months or even years. So if your plan is bouncing between a laptop, a tablet, and a phone over Bluetooth all day, this one is the riskier pick. The Ajazz runs Bluetooth 5.1 and holds up better there, though its polling drops from 1000 Hz on wired and the dongle down to 125 on Bluetooth, which is plenty for typing and not what you want for competitive play. Battery is the same story on both, roughly 2 or 3 days with the RGB cranked, and weeks if you dim it or shut it off. Build is where the price difference starts showing. The AULA is the heavier board by a noticeable margin, a bit over 2 pounds against roughly 1.75 pounds, and owners keep mentioning it doesn't budge on a desk mat and the flip feet feel solid rather than flimsy. The Ajazz is an ABS plastic case, well assembled, and nothing creaks, but it doesn't have that dense feel when you pick it up. Here's the thing on the AULA though, and it's worth calling out. Quality control looks inconsistent, with enough people describing double letters and misfiring spacebars on arrival that I wouldn't treat it as a fluke. The board is great when it's right, so buy it somewhere. Returns are painless. Both give you a knob for volume and lighting, and the Ajazz adds the little screen up top for battery, time, connection mode, and even a custom animation. I'll admit I assumed that screen was the whole reason to pick it, but going through what owners actually say, almost nobody brings it up. They talk about the sound. Treat it as a fun extra, not a reason to decide. Worth knowing on the AULA, the legends are printed on the front edge of the keycaps, which looks sharp but is rough to read if you still glance down while typing. So where does the money go? The Ajazz is the cheaper of the two, and it doesn't feel stripped down for it, since you still get hot swap, the knob, the screen, and Mac support built in, even if the layout takes some getting used to on a Mac and the software is Windows only and clunky enough that most people just leave it plug and play. The AULA costs more, and that goes into the heavier case, the extra damping and the sound that comes with it, plus the PBT caps. Its software is Windows only as well, so remapping keys on a Mac isn't really on the table. Here's the call. For most of you, the AULA F75 Pro is the one I'd buy, because it wins on the two things you'll live with every day. That deeper sound with nothing to fix, and a case that actually feels dense under your hands. That said, if you plan on hopping between a couple of devices wirelessly without a dongle plugged in, the Ajazz handles that far better and costs less on top of it. It's also the safer buy if you're not near a painless return window, since the AULA's factory checks are clearly hit or miss. And if you're a touch typist chasing the best sound, the AULA wins easily. But glance down at your keys and those side legends will annoy you daily. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. I'll drop both in the description.